So we have Republicans want a permanent solution. Democrats want a 2-year extension from where we are now.
Actually, let me give you the facts here. The Democratic House has already passed the bill.
Right.
If the Republicans, yes.
Yes.
I'll say this is not hard. Republicans could actually approve the House bill and still introduce another bill to make it permanent. Well, you can do two things at one time.
Well, sure, but if we're going to be fully transparent and informative here, what we have to also acknowledge is that the Republicans actually said, well, hey, we want a permanent funding mechanism for HBCUs. What they've also said is that as part of that funding mechanism, it's tied to reforms in the Higher Education Act. What Democrats are concerned about, they're saying that, well, if we pass this now, if we go, because what the Republicans have, even what Senator Alexander introduced, he actually added to that program where he's talking about, the federal student aid, making the financial aid form more user-friendly, if you will. So they've talked about reforms as part of the Higher Education Act that are actually bipartisan issues. Republicans are saying, hey, we want a permanent funding mechanism for that. And as part of that funding mechanism, we want to add to that reforms in the Higher Education Act. They're not saying that they don't want any funding or anything like that. The Democrats are saying, well, no, we want a 2-year extension from where we are now, and let's come back and deal with those reforms in the Higher Education Act. But it's not as if Republicans are saying
Actually, Kelly, what's going on here is you have one bill that's been passed by Democrats. Republicans want to deal with several other issues.